Good morning to all of you. In economics, today we are going to start chapter number 2. Fundamental concepts and terminologies. Page number 11. First topic is price and value. Price and value. Now, what is the difference between price and value? First para, in everyday language we use the words price and value alternatively, means these are in general language, these are substitute meaning, these have substitute meanings, price and value to denote the same meaning. For example, we make statements like this good is expensive, this good is valuable, this good has a high price. When these statements are made, they are made without drawing a difference between price and value, means in general language there is no difference between price and value, but in economics the concept of price and value are different and it is necessary to first understand the concept of value. Now, value can be understood from two viewpoints. First, here topic is value. In order to explain the meaning of value, we have two different points. First one is from viewpoint of use, and second one is from viewpoint of exchange. From viewpoint of use, that is called use value, and from viewpoint of exchange, exchange value. But in order to understand value, we have to understand two different viewpoint. One is from viewpoint of use, that is also called use value, and second from viewpoint of exchange, that is also known as exchange value. Now, what is use value? The use value is determined by the usefulness of the commodity. Usefulness of the commodity means how much commodity is useful in our life. On that basis, we are taking it as a use value. For example, the use value is determined by the usefulness of commodity to a consumer for his or her various needs, means the commodity which fulfills our requirement, our needs. It means such goods has use value. For example, food, water, sunlight, etc. have high use value for all people in general. Means that is called use value. Means use value can be measured or cannot be measured in terms of money. But we are explaining about the value, meaning of value on the basis of its usefulness. On the basis of its usefulness. Such useful commodities can be measured in terms of money. For example, food, it can be measured in terms of money. For example, sunlight, it cannot be measured in terms of money. Means here we are not talking about the money value on the basis of its usefulness. We are explaining about the meaning of value. So from the viewpoint of views, any commodity which are very very useful in order to fulfill the requirement, the needs of human being, then we can say that such commodities, such goods has value. Which type of value? Use value. It is not necessary that it has some money price, money value. It can be measured or it cannot be measured in terms of money. Now from viewpoint of exchange value. Now what is exchange value? When a commodity or services is exchanged for another commodity or services, then we can say that the worth of one unit of this commodity is measured in terms of amount of other commodity. Means, for example, if 1 kg, example is given, if 1 kg of wheat exchange for 1 kg of rice, then we can say the value of 1 kg of wheat, 1 kg of wheat is equal to 1 kg of rice, because wheat can be exchanged with rice. It means these commodities are valuable on the basis of exchange. So 2 points are there in order to understand, in order to explain value, the meaning of value. Other means price and value are different meaning, has different meaning. Value, in order to understand value, we have 2 different points: on the basis of use and on the basis of exchange. The commodities, the goods which can be exchanged with other goods, then we can say that such goods have value. But which type of value? Exchange value. Example is given, if 1 kg of wheat can be exchanged with 1 kg of rice, then we can say that wheat has exchanged value. Wheat has exchanged value. Now, next, relationship between use value and exchange value. If a commodity has high use value, then it is not necessary said to have high exchange value. Means the commodity which has use value, it is not necessary that it is exchange value also. Here I am writing use value, not necessary that it has exchange value also. For example, sunlight, it has use value, it is essential in the life of human being, but sunlight cannot be exchanged with some other product, means it does not have exchanged value. So any commodity which has use value, it is not necessary that it has exchange value also. First line, if a commodity has high use value, then it is not necessary said to have a high exchange value. But if a commodity has high exchange value, then it is surely has some use value. But this is first equation. Second equation, if commodity has exchanged value, it means it is use value also. For example, if 1 kg of wheat can be exchanged with 1 kg of rice, here wheat has exchange value, and instead of wheat or in place of wheat or by selling wheat, we are getting rice. It means it has use value also. So the commodity which has use value, it is not necessary that it has exchange value. But if commodity has exchange value, definitely it has use value. So these are the 2 different statements. So only up to this point you have to understand. First topic, value, is completed. Now price. If a commodity is exchanged for money, then such monetary exchange value is termed as price. One line explanation regarding price. Whenever goods or services are exchanged against money, means when value can be measured in terms of money, then we can say such goods or such services has some price. So price means here when goods or services are exchanged against money, or in other words we can say when goods and services can be measured in terms of money, then it is called price. The one line definition is given: price, if a commodity is exchanged for money, then such monetary value, means monetary value of goods or services, is called price. One line definition is given. The first topic is what is the difference between price and value. There is different in economics, there is difference between price and value. Value has two different points: on the basis of use and on the basis of exchange, means use value or exchange value. Use value means the goods which are useful in the life of human being, then it is called that it has use value. The goods, second one is exchange value, the goods which can be exchanged against another goods, then we can say such goods have exchange value. Now two different statements for use value and exchange value. The goods which has use value, the goods which has use value means which are useful for human being. It is not necessary that the same goods can be exchanged. One example I had given: sunlight. Sunlight is essential for human being, but sunlight cannot be exchanged with any other goods. We cannot exchange sunlight with wheat or rice. But if goods has exchange value, definitely it has use value also. It means if we are able to exchange the goods with another goods or services, it means the goods wheat is useful for us because we are able to exchange wheat with rice. So two different states. And last one is price. Price means whenever goods or services are exchanged against money, or in other words the monetary value of goods or services is called price, or if goods or services can be measured in terms of money, then also it is called price. The first topic, price and value, is completed. Now next topic, goods and services. Goods services. Now what is the difference? Only you have to understand the different terms. There is nothing to explain in this chapter. Goods means which has physical existence. Physical existence means, in simple language we can say, which is visible, which can be seen, which can be touched. Such goods has physical existence, that is called goods. Goods means which has physical existence, which can be seen, which can be touched, means visible, that is called goods. And services, these are invisible. For example, a doctor is treating patient, so his services cannot be seen, only we can feel, but it cannot be seen. The services are invisible and goods are visible. Goods, commodities which have physical existence are called goods. In economics, they are meant to satisfy the needs of consumption, means goods are produced by different manufacturers, by different industrialists, in order to satisfy, in order to fulfill the requirements of human beings. Now services, the commodities which are intangible. So other word is goods are tangible, visible and tangible has same meaning. Tangible and services are intangible, invisible or intangible. Both have same meaning. So services means the commodities which are intangible or which do not have physical existence are called services. The goods which have physical existence and which are tangible. The commodities which have physical existence and which are tangible is called goods, and opposite of that is called services. Means commodities which do not have physical existence and which are intangible, such commodities are called services. Now different types of goods. First one is, this is called types of goods. The first one is physical and intangible goods, means in simple language, tangible and intangible goods. Tangible goods, intangible goods. Second point, economic and non-economic goods. Third one is durable and perishable goods. Next one is private and public goods. And last one is consumer goods and producer goods. Consumer goods and producer goods. So these are the different types of goods, and so far as services is concerned, it has no types. But the goods which have physical existence or which are tangible, means which can be seen, these goods are classified into different categories. First one is tangible goods and intangible goods. Now intangible goods are same, services. The goods which can be seen, which can be touched, such goods are called tangible goods, or which has physical existence. Physical existence means which can be seen or touched. Such goods are called tangible goods. The goods which do not have physical existence, means which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, only such commodities can be felt. That is called intangible goods, means services. Next one is economic and non-economic goods. Non-economic goods means which has no value. No value means here no price, monetary price. The goods which do not have any monetary price, monetary value, such goods are called non-economic goods. For example, many years ago, water is available free of cost. That time it was non-economic goods. Non-economic goods means when supply, if we talk about demand and supply, when supply for any commodity is available in abundant quantity, means in huge quantity, in that case such goods does not have any value. For example, air which we are taking, that is available in abundant quantity, means supply is more, that's why it does not have any value. Earlier, water also was a non-economic goods because it was available in abundant quantity, but now supply of water is less than its demand. So when supply is more and demand is less, then such goods do not have any price value. Such goods are called non-economic goods. Generally, any goods which do not have any price or which do not have any money value, such goods are called non-economic goods. And mostly natural gift, means gift given by nature like air, sunlight, these are non-economic goods. Economic goods which has some price value, means goods which can be measured in terms of money, that is called economic goods. Any goods which has price value, which are bought and sold against money, such goods are called economic goods. Next, durable and perishable goods on the basis of its life, means on the basis of life of goods, we can say that goods are of two types, durable and perishable goods. Actually, total there are three types on the basis of time period: durable, semi-durable and perishable. But in your textbook, durable is given and perishable is given. On the basis of time period, goods are of two types: durable and perishable goods. Durable goods are those goods which can be used for a longer time period. For example, TV, refrigerator, vehicles, these are all durable goods, AC. Now, perishable goods are those goods which destroy, which is spoiled, which rotten. ROTTEN. For example, vegetables, milk, egg, these are spoiled or rotten very soon. Such goods are called perishable goods. Now, private and public goods on the basis of ownership. Private goods are those goods which belong to a private individual. Means the goods, the assets which belongs to an individual personally, then it is called private goods. For example, I have a bike, that is private goods. Public goods are those goods which can be used by individual jointly or commonly. For example, railway station, train, airport, bus, state transport bus, ST. Such goods are called road, flyover, bridge. These are all public goods which can be used by all individuals commonly. That is called public goods. Consumer goods and producer goods. Consumer goods are those goods which satisfy the requirement, which satisfy the need of individual directly. For example, almost all goods which we are using, such goods are called consumer goods. Shirt, milk, vegetable, fruits, shoes, these are all stationery items. These are all consumer goods because such goods satisfy our wants directly. Now, what is producer goods? The goods which fulfills the requirement of producers. For example, machineries. We are not demanding machinery. We are not demanding machinery, but machineries are useful, or machineries are used for the production of such goods, or in simple language, machineries are used for production of consumer goods. But such machineries are purchased by producers. That's why it is called producer goods. Means the goods which are used by producer for production purpose. For example, raw materials. In economics, in 9th chapter, we have done intermediate goods. So intermediate goods means raw material, machineries. These are all producer goods because these are purchased by manufacturer, these are purchased by producer for production process. Means such goods do not satisfy the wants, the requirement of consumers directly. For example, raw material, machineries does not satisfy our wants directly. We are not demanding machinery, we are not demanding raw materials. We demand shirt, means cloth, we demand stationery item. In order to produce cloth, in order to produce stationery item, machineries, raw materials are demanded by producer. So goods which are demanded, once again, goods which are demanded by producer for production process is called producer goods. So once again, what is the difference between goods and services? And this difference we have already done in tangible and intangible goods also. Goods which has physical existence means goods which are tangible, goods which can be visible, which is visible, which can be seen or touched. Such commodities are called goods. The commodities which are intangible means which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched. Such goods or such commodities are called services. Now, types of goods. First one is tangible and intangible, means goods and services we have already done. Then economic and non-economic, the goods which do not have any price value, money value, such goods are called non-economic goods, and such type of goods are available in abundant quantity, in huge quantity. That's why such goods do not have any price value. For example, sunlight, air, such goods, such things are available in abundant quantity, in huge quantity. That's why these are available free of cost. One example is water. Water was earlier, water was non-economic goods, but now water is available in short, means what, there is shortage of water nowadays. That's why it comes into the category of economic goods. Now, economic goods are those goods which can be measured in terms of money, which has price value, money value. Durable and perishable goods on the basis of time period. Goods are of two types here. Durable goods are those goods which are long lasting. Long lasting means which are used for a longer period. So any goods which are long lasting nature, which can be used for a longer time period, such goods are called durable goods. For example, TV, fridge, AC, vehicle. Perishable goods which cannot be used for a longer time period, which is spoiled, which damaged, which rotten immediately. For example, vegetables, milk products, egg. Private and public goods. Goods which belongs to private individuals personally, we can say. That is not used commonly by all individuals. For example, an individual has a car, means car belongs to that particular individual only. That car cannot be used by others. Such type of goods are called private goods. Public goods are those goods, and public goods are also known as goods which are produced, which are provided by government, which can be used by all individuals commonly. Railway station, once again train, airport, ST buses, road, bridges, all these things can be used by all commonly. That's why such goods are called public goods, and these are controlled by government. Consumer goods are those goods which satisfy the wants of consumer directly. By using these goods, by consuming these goods, individuals are satisfying their wants directly. Producer goods are those goods which are used by producers for further production. For example, raw material, machineries, oil and grease which are used in machineries. Such things we are not demanding. These are demanded by producers for production process. That's why it is called producer goods. In simple language, it is also known as intermediate goods, which we have done in national income also. So this is the completion of types of goods. So page number 12 and page number 13 is completed. Now next topic is wealth and welfare. Wealth and welfare, that is given on page number 13. Page number 13, and point is 2.4. Wealth and welfare is not required to do. Wealth and welfare is not required to do. Once again, right from beginning. In second chapter, first topic which we have to do, that is price and value. Price and value. Value has 2 points: use value and exchange value. Then what is the difference between use value and exchange value? Once again, the use values cannot be exchange value. The goods which are useful for us, it is not necessary that it can be exchanged. For example, sunlight, it is useful for us, but it cannot be exchanged. Air, which is very useful for us, but it cannot be exchanged. But the goods which can be exchanged, surely it has use value. For example, if we are producing wheat can be exchanged with other goods, means rice. It means rice is also useful for us. Now through wheat we are able to get rice by exchanging that. It means wheat has exchange value as well as use value. This is important point. Then next one is price. Meaning of price, one line definition: the goods which can be measured in terms of money, in terms of money, or goods which has monetary value. Such goods are called, such monetary value is called price. So price and value we have to do. Second one is, next topic is second, goods and services. Goods and services and its types. The goods, commodities which are tangible, which can be seen, which can be touched, which has physical existence, are called goods. And the commodities which do not have physical existence, which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, such commodities are called services. Then different types we have to do. Physical means tangible, intangible, economic, non-economic, consumer goods, producer goods. Then one more point is there: private goods, public goods, durable goods, perishable goods. Third topic is page number 13. Wealth and welfare is not required to do. Is not required to do. Page number 13. Then next topics, this is wealth and welfare, is 2.4. 2.4 wealth and welfare, page number 13. Wealth and welfare and characteristics also. Then 2.5 means directly you have to do factors of production. Wealth and welfare, page number 13 and page number 14. The topics which are given on page number 13 and page number 14, you are not required to do. Directly you have to do factors of production. Next topic is factors of production. We will do in next lecture factors of production. So once again, wealth and welfare means page number 13 and page number 14 is not required to do. Now new topic we will do in next lecture, factors of production.